Hello YouTube, it is me again and I am back. So I wanted to talk about this year for Doctor Who's 60th anniversary. Not just the specials that are coming out in November, but the whole year until that point. 10 years ago was the 50th and we had like a whole year of Doctor Who leading up to the 50th anniversary. And here's what I would like to see continue for this year's. So personally, I would love if they brought back Doctor Who proms. I know it might be a safety issue considering COVID and the protocols to, have all the people, the audience, and the musicians in there, um, for safety measures. But if there is a safe way to do this, I would much appreciate it. I've really missed Doctor Who proms these past few years because I really loved Singwa's new music for Jodie Whittaker's time in Doctor Who, and I would love to see that live. And Murray Gold's music is always great, and it'll be interesting to see that mixed together and see, how the show has grown over the past, however many years it's been on at this point. And just to celebrate the show and the music and the orchestrations will be great, and I just love that. And also, obviously, I think they will be at Comic-Con this year. I'm really kind of disappointed they didn't do it last year, with Jodie's last episode. I understand everybody was done with the show at that point. Like, they've already handed over the keys because her last episode was filmed like over a year before that. So it wasn't as close as other doctors, but I would have loved for them to have one last hurrah before her last episode. But for this year, I hope they do go to Comic-Con. I would love if they had Shooty, RTD, Melly Gibson there to promote the show, the 60th and the specials. So that would be great. Also, what I really do miss from just the show in general, not just for the 60th anniversary, are the webisodes. RTD kind of started them in his era with, the 10th Doctor meaning the 5th Doctor, the kind of endings of seasons like with him and Rose, and then him and the, getting hit with the Titanic and all that other stuff. And then I think Moffat really ramped it up with like really interweaving it with like big story points, especially in Series 6 and Series 7. He kind of dwindled out during Peter Capaldi's era. He had a few here and there, but they kind of stopped, and I understand, Doctor Who is a very hard show to film, and you gotta get these episodes done. So I understand why they stopped that, and obviously they stopped it during Jodie Whittaker's era, and I completely understand it. But I think for the 60th in particular, now that there's so much space in between episodes, I wouldn't mind getting a little webisode here and there of what I personally do not know. Maybe what this, new version of what we're calling him, the 14th Doctor, the Tenant 14. I don't know what he's doing, what's happening with him, like little vignettes, kind of like how Pond Life was before Series 7 premiered. We had like these webisodes come out, like I want to say it was daily until the first episode of season 7. I kind of want that spread out throughout the whole year of just like, what is the 14th Doctor doing now? Like, he's trying to find answers until we get to the 60th. So that's just my little opinion on that. Anything else? I'm not entirely sure. I would love to see like a documentary about Doctor Who. I think, we've had Doctor Who Confidential during the RTD era and, the first half of the Stephen Moffat era. And we had like a lot of behind the scenes after that. But I would like a whole like documentary of the show. In the 50th, they had like the movie of the making of Doctor Who, back in the 60s. It's really great. It's called Adventure in Time and Space, written by Mark Gatiss. I think it was fantastic. It came out like, I want to say a couple weeks or a week before the 50th. And I think that was a great way to like really lead into the history of the show and lead us into the 50th. And I think having a documentary like professionally filmed and really kind of showing older interviews and see how much the show has grown will be a great way to celebrate the show and have that out before the 60th anniversary. And when it comes to anything else, I would love for like a Doctor Who like festival type thing, like they did in the 50th around the time when that was coming out, in BBC or Bad Wolf Doctor Who convention to celebrate the show's 60th and all that other good stuff. If anything else any of y'all could come up with to celebrate this show this year, so we don't have to wait just for the episodes, leave your comments down below. That's all I could think of. So yeah, goodbye YouTube.